are reporting live from Channel 317 News. Hello, I'm Emily Wong, here to brief for the topic of unemployment. It has been recently reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics that the unemployment rate in the United States has decreased to 7.5% in April 2013 from 7.6% in March 2013. The unemployment rate measures the number of people actively looking for a job as a percentage of their labor force, which is calculated by the civilian labor force, which consists of ages 16 years and older, divided by the total non-institutionalized civilian population times 100. To calculate the rate of unemployment, divide the number of unemployed by the total labor force. Gosh, wasn't that hard math? Still, unemployment is a major issue and is still high considering the natural rate of unemployment is currently around 5%. The lowest rate of unemployment an economy can sustain over the long run is stable inflation. It is also the primary problem of recessionary gap, where the economy is operating at below its full unemployment equilibrium. The unemployed suffers personal hardships and there is less real production available to the rest of the economy. Now, let's take a break from these depressing facts.
Girl, this is my girl, Raya. So she left her old job and is now trying to find a new one. Hire her. She is a victim of frictional unemployment. Girl, she's unemployed. Oh no. Fortunately, this will only last a short period of time and will not be specifically problematic from an economic standpoint. Woo! Now, with technology, it makes the job search process more efficient for workers like Raya and companies. So, technology, very good.
Welcome back to Channel 317 News. We'll shift over to Emery, who will expand more on the topic of unemployment. Thank you, Emily. Hi, I'm Emery. Here, we have the Phillips curve, which shows you the consistent inverse relationship between the unemployment rate and the inflation rate. When unemployment is high, wages increase slowly, but when unemployment is low, wages rise rapidly. The short-run Phillips curve is downward slowly and shifts when a change in expected inflation occurs. The long-run Phillips curve is vertical, and expected inflation equals the actual inflation. In the long run, wages and resource prices increase, so the AES falls and the SRPC shifts to the right. When there's a recession, unemployment is high, but inflation is low.
This is Cynthia. She is a victim of structural unemployment. The upswing in candy sales had led to a rise in cavities, which led to a rise in toothpaste sales. With the extra money, the factory had decided to modernize, eliminating Cynthia's job. Technology is taking over. Come, join us and be a part of this revolution.
And now we're back from our break. Recessionary gap is when the economy is operating below its full unemployment equilibrium. There's a downward pressure on prices in the long run, and the primary problem is unemployment. Policies that focus on getting businesses to invest more help lower unemployment rate. There's an inverse relationship between business investment and unemployment. Ways to increase business investments include deregulating policies, tax deductions for capital investment, and eliminating, decreasing the corporate income tax. Now over to Cynthia for other updates.
Thank you, Emery. The cause of unemployment is the loss of earnings to the unemployed. Unemployment represents an inefficient use of resources and social inefficiency. The long-term unemployment becomes demotivated and leave the labor market altogether. There will also be a growth in inequality and relative poverty in society. The natural rate of unemployment is the lowest rate of unemployment an economy can sustain over the long run. Now here's Sylvia with her report.
Thank you, Cynthia. The production possibilities curve shows that the country can produce at full employment. Unemployment means resources that could be used for production are not being used. And when some resources are not used, the economy does not reach full employment. The point L represents unemployment.
Now, over to Bernard, who will be giving us the latest updates about the theories.
Thank you, Emery. Now, there are some theories about leading factors of unemployment. The Keynesian theory It's thought that the government intervention is necessary to spend, tax, and borrow to keep the economy stable and growing and remain at full unemployment. In this theory, it is assumed that aggregate demand determines the overall level of economic activity and that inadequate aggregate demand can lead to a prolonged period of high unemployment. In Marxian economics, unemployment is inherent within the unstable capitalist system and periodic crises of mass unemployment are to be expected. If it is assumed that the only way to permanently eliminate unemployment would be to abolish capitalism and the system of forced competition for wages and then shift to a socialist or communist economic system. In the US, we don't want communism, so let's shift our focus to the classical model. The classical model assumes that if there is an inflationary or recessionary gap, the economy will self-correct without government intervention, aka laissez-faire. So the long-run assumption is that wages, prices, and interest rates are fully flexible and that aggregate demand is relatively stable. Also, according to Oken's law, for every percentage point at which the actual unemployment rate exceeds the natural rate, a GDP gap of about 2% occurs.
Okay, and now the breaking news update on the events related to unemployment.
In the midst of this time, now coined as the Great Depression, we are seeing heavy economic loss and struggle. After the recent stock market crash, there have been devastating losses in many other countries. Renowned economists are attributing this depression to the failure of the government efforts to regulate interest rates, curtail widespread bank failures, and control money supply. Unemployment levels in the United States have now reached as high as 25% due to consumer buying confidence plummeting and many factories laying off workers. The government is saying that they will launch a public building road and airports construction program to keep as many people as possible in work. And this is what the people of our country have to say.
Oh, hello, would you like to donate? Oh, is that a camera? Oh my God, girl. Oh my God. All right, let me see this, girl. Oh, is this a string? Hello? Hello? All right, oh my God. The stock market be crashing. Oh, Lord. Okay, so basically I lost my job and most of my money, so I don't know what to do, you know, I just don't know. So I'll be hoping that the gov will be taking action to restore our nation. You know, I got these beautiful socks. Oh, can you see them? They're zebra, girl. Okay, so I want the cheetah ones. So I better be getting the job. I have to support my family, girl. I'm out.
And those, my friends, is the horrifying aftermath of the Great Depression. Urge the government to take action and we will keep you all updated. This is Ria Manuela with cameraman Bill.
This is Julio. She is currently working on a farm in spring. Her job is only useful during picking season, but as soon as winter comes, she will have this job no more. And when that ends, the rest of the year she is unemployed because the demand for her skills are no longer needed. She is a victim of cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is higher during low economic growth because when demand for goods and services in an economy fall, some companies respond by cutting production and laying off workers rather than reducing wages and prices. Join the Dole Factory and the movement to be a part of a more stable community.
Very good. Thank you, Ria. Well, that is all for today about unemployment. If you wish to know more about unemployment, you can visit our website at www.channel317news.com. Don't forget to check out and like our page on Facebook. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, and if you have any pictures related to this topic on Instagram, please hashtag Channel317news and hashtag unemployment. Thank you and have a good day.
Cut!
Water!